Well, hey everyone, and welcome. I'm your friend Mana, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're looking at some of my POGs, and this is something you may have noticed is coming back. Some of you may have never heard of POGs. I'm going to enlighten you today. So, what are POGs? Well, first of all, they are this small little disc that is intended to be played in a game. So this is just a very simple example. It's just a little paper disc. That is all, in essence, a POG is. What you do with a POG then is you play with what is called a slammer board, of which I have a couple examples. One, such as this. Another, a little bit smaller, a little more portable, such as that. Then what you do is you play by taking a stack of POGs, like so, and placing them upside down, like so, and then hitting them with a slammer. Now this is a pretty cool one here. It's a holographic brass. This is my top slammer here. And you kind of do a little, I haven't done it for a long time, so whoa, something like that. Pretty good. And because these flipped over, I get all these POGs. These get reshuffled onto the slammer board, and the next person goes. That's the essence of the game. It's a pretty neat little thing, if I'm being honest. I actually really got into it, mostly though, for me, because of the collecting aspect. I really liked going through and picking up for 25 cents a whole bunch of these POGs at the comic store when I was growing up. My experience with POGs really comes down to what I remember most about it, which was experiencing it with my dad. The first time I ever saw POGs, we were doing our usual tradition of, when we'd get a haircut, going to the comic store first, then we would go to get our hairs cut, and my dad would often go first, and I would read a comic that I picked up, and then afterwards we'd go to Chuck E. Cheese. It was like boom, boom, boom. It was all next door to one another. And this one time we went, and the same comic store where I first got my first issue of Batman Adventures, they had POGs, and they explained it to me, and they were so cheap. I said, yeah, I can afford some of those, and I was hooked. So I have those that were in this little case, by the way. So I've got a few of those cases, just a few here, not too many of those, just a couple of the cases. I've got slammers, of course, yeah, slammers, and I mean, I've got a little roll of POGs, maybe another one, I don't know, possibly another one as well. So we're gonna have to go through all of these together real quick, and I'll share with you, just kind of, like a real quick look at what POGs were. I might be keeping a few of these, but I'm probably going to be giving most of these away. But let's start with clearing these off. Let's start with looking at the slammers that I've got. Okay, so I have a smaller tube here. Now the slammers were in all sorts of styles. So these were metal ones. I'll try and put these back as I go. Got a nice metal dragon. I don't remember some of these. This one's like a enamel. Oh look, Mufasa. I don't even know some of these. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That was like a cheaper plastic. Or cheaper metal with a sticker. This is like a plastic. A lot of them were plastic. This has molded finger grooves. This is just plastic with the molded finger grooves. This one apparently was super cool. Cyclone, kind of goofy. I remember these were just, acrylic with a sticker on the bottom. Those were really big, easy to make. a lot of people just made these, you know, you could buy these blanks like this and then put whatever stickers you wanted on it. And I think that was kind of a big thing people would do. Then there were these real cheapy slammers, and you'll see a lot of these. Unfortunately, they're not very good because they just don't work. So the top one, without a doubt, would be that big brass guy I had. And I remember actually spending a decent amount of money for that one. Always made me, you know, now that I think about it, this was the first pay-to-win game that I played. Because this little guy, you pay to win. Huh. Never really thought of it that way. Wow. With this investment, it started it all. What did I do?